Hello and welcome to the show. I am here today on GTA 5 with a slightly different challenge for running away from the army. I've got the Cognoscenti 55. I think that's how the name is pronounced. If it isn't, that's as close as I'm going to get to it, which is a relatively decently fast saloon car. However, I have got a realistic damage mod installed, so if we kind of beat the car, if you see the way the vehicle buckles and bends, it is, considerably more realistic. Now, it's not quite as extreme as some that I've seen. I mean, admittedly, might be able to kick the car a little bit too. It's not quite as extreme, though, as some that I have seen, or some that I've used, in fact, in this series. So the likelihood of wheels getting kind of buckled underneath is a little bit more under control. You can get away with a couple of crashes, but we're still... There you go. Okay, I wasn't quite expecting to be able to kick it and do that much damage, but yeah, we'll get back in the car. I will repair it before we start. Is that both the front wheels? I've actually killed the car completely. Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, it's both front wheels buckled up. You get the idea, though. The cars are going to sustain a lot more realistic levels of damage from crashes, so I'm going to have to be very careful, although this is going to work both ways. Equally, the army will take a lot of damage to their vehicles. So, yeah, kind of interested to see if I'm actually going to be able to do this or not. The car is certainly quick enough. The question is, can I keep it out of trouble? Can I keep it out of trouble long enough and not take too much damage so that we can get away? Also, off-roading has an inherent risk to it because, you know, we bump an indestructible tree now, that's gonna hurt. We bounce and roll the car around out here, that's gonna hurt a lot. So yeah, we're gonna have to, oh god, be a little bit more careful than that, I should think. We have got away with that first collision, though. It's bent up our rear fender, but we still haven't got bent up wheel, and that's the critical thing. That's probably what is going to cause the most of the issues in this. So if we take hits to the side of the car, if it's in the middle, that's okay. In fact, if we take hits head on, I'm relatively okay with that as well. And collisions to the rear are fine. It's to the wheels that we've got to really try to avoid. Of course, head-on collisions can still bend up the wheels if it's sort of a slight glancing blow. Oh, this is going to be really painful. This is a lot scarier. I'll be honest, this is a hell of a lot scarier in terms of trying to run away, because just any single hit can easily be enough to put you out of the chase. Oh, God, the army are causing issues. Oh, the back end of my car is a lot looser than I was expecting. That is not what you want to have happen when you're trying to change direction at 110 miles an hour. Just the back end completely and utterly let go. This is also a rather large change of pace from the dragster that was doing a couple of 100 miles an hour last time out down here. The dragster was absolutely fine in terms of getting out of the way of these things. This is not. Uh-oh. Bad things are going to occur with this. Come on. Oh! We are... Oh. We are... Look at the front. Our car has come to a point. We've got a pointy nose on our cog, but the wheels are buckled. I think, oddly, in all of that, the rear wheels are actually still okay. Okay, so I've lost all steering. We have lost all steering on our car. It is completely. I'm steering to the left here. How is that working? How on earth? You can quite clearly see the front wheels are pointing to the left, and we are going straight. Do I turn to the right? Can we turn to the right? No, we kind of just go wherever the car feels like. My steering has absolutely no input over what's going on here. I guess the tiniest little bit of an input over we going slightly here to the left. Slightly. I can't get out of the way of you. Well, we're just going to damage you some more. I think we've slightly flattened the point at the front of our car. Disappointing. Or, yeah, actually, that is a very correct terminology for that. I am going to have to be a lot carefuler. Prius! We killed a Prius! Well, that kind of makes things a little bit better here. Wow, we are absolutely knackered. I think it is safe to say attempt 1 Not quite gone to plan. So, for this second attempt, we are going to have to be a lot more careful, I think, if we are going to get away. If we're going to actually survive into the city, we're going to have to be very, very careful. Now, once we are inside the city, it's going to come down a lot more to my driving skill if I can keep us out of trouble. If I can, then I think we might be able to get away, potentially. I think we have the speed in this car to be able to get away. But I've got to make sure that we do not crash into anything. We cannot have a roll. A roll is going to, as much as I hate to say this in a Fail Race video, but a roll is going to very much end things. You saw, it was a big tumble. It was a very big tumble we went for there. But it was only caused by a small off. And that is something that we can't get away with. Normally we could. I mean, a tumble like that would damage your car normally, yes, and potentially bend up wheels depending on the vehicle. But in this, it's a almost guarantee. So we are going to have to be a lot more careful. Ooh! God damn, that was a nasty shunt. That was a really nasty shunt. We're not going to ever make that there, are we? Sand King. Okay, we're going to use you as a shield. Oh, we survived that one. You see the dent in the side of our vehicle, though, from that collision. We have got to get off this This motorway is deadly. I think this motorway is so dangerous. You can normally get away with the small bumps from these, but and the oversteer is also not fun. The oversteer is not fun in this. Have we still got a functioning car? We do have a functioning car. I am very surprised by that. Motorway is way too dangerous. I can't risk travelling along here because we can't take a single impact. Well, I say we can't take a single impact. As you see, we are not completely made of paper. We did survive that relatively well. Now, off-road, we do not have the danger of the army vehicles themselves, but there are still plenty of other dangers to worry about. Indestructible bushes and generally tumbling and rolling and crashing the car out here. There are trees and so on to crash into and what is probably a very solid campsite. So let's not drive through that. Oh, I don't really want to be on a dirt path. We have been hit directly on the side, but that is the best of possible places. I wonder how squished you can get the car. We might end up finding out in this. Yeah, if I can turn my vehicle so that they hit me straight on in the doors, that's fine. This vehicle is long enough that we can take a full impact from whatever army vehicle directly in between the wheels so they don't get bent up. I mean, we've got some interesting damage going on. This is not really very car-shaped anymore. Now, don't end up in the trees here because that would be bad. Easy does it down here. Now, this little section here, this little run into the city is a little bit, whoa, on the dangerous side as the army vehicles are exploding themselves. Oh, careful now, don't fall off there. I don't know how this mod affects the likes of engine damage and so on from bullets. Not sure on that one, whether we're going to take a lot more damage from bullets. The helicopters are a pain, but they tend not... that's an interesting colour combination going on there, green and blue. They tend not to be the biggest of problems in terms of taking cars out. We will have to wait and see. Now, if we're going to get away, car park is going to probably be our best friend in this. I don't really have the time. Like, I'd like to faff around more. I don't really have the time, I don't think, to get away with much else in this. Oh, brakes. And I've really got to think, I've really got to keep an eye out on the mini-map. Where are the army vehicles going to be appearing from, and so on. Ooh, make that turn. We have got around it. There's another one coming from that direction, though. Thank you for leaving a nice little gap that I can go through. And I can't also really risk diving across some of the scenery in the same ways that I have done before. Ooh. It has got a front wheel. However, we have still got surprising drivability going on. I thought I could turn away from that just at the kind of opportune moment and deflect it with the side of the car. It kind of worked to an extent. Oh, no. I went to steering. We lost steering. I forgot we've got practically no steering going on in this. Into the car park we go. Now, amazingly, with the roadblocks going on, They have actually, the Crusader or whatever it was that was following. Ah, no. Go, Cog, go. We've got to get up to the roof. Unfortunately, we did get seen. Oh, we've got trouble with this lack of turning. We have got a severe disadvantage in trying to climb this bloody car park. Come on. We can make it. Use the power. There we go. Get the car oversteering. The only time I will be saying get the car oversteering, however, it is rather needed. Ah, where do they see me from? I am not sure where they saw me from in all of that. That is a little bit unfortunate there, because, yeah, apparently I was spotted. Apparently I was spotted in all of that, and I'm not quite sure where from. I mean, is there a Yeah, I think there's a helicopter above us, but that shouldn't really be looking in the... Shouldn't really be able to look into the car park when I'm on the lower floors. Yeah, if I drive up onto the roof, sure. Too quick getting up here. Way too quick getting up here. I guess unless it was hovering around by the sides, then perhaps that's where it saw me from. I have a dumb idea. I have a really dumb idea. This one here is probably going to end up in my car's death, but... Oh dear. That was unfortunate. I was trying to make sure I didn't land on anything solid, and, well, we hit everything solid. And that's broken both of the wheels. Oh, my dumb idea was jump out of the car park, let everything panic and try and find a new way of chasing after me, and then drive back into the car park. Unfortunately, as you can see here, the issue with that is if I could have landed nice flat and level, it might have worked. I didn't. We landed in a tree, and that's bent everything up. Haha! You cannot get me in here because you are far too incompetent, although I'm struggling. Hey, there we go. We have got some movement going. We have got some movement going in the... Oh, for God's sake. Well, it is safe to say that this attempt here has not worked either. I was going to say we could even cheat and go and drive down the tram tunnels, but I don't even know if we can get our vehicle turned enough to get into the tram tunnels. Well, there goes the bonnet. I've lost all control again. The car... It doesn't really seem... Oh no, now we're caught on the wall. There we go. Doesn't really seem to matter what I do with the vehicle. The steering doesn't really have much effect. Come on. Come on. There we go. We're moving. We're moving. That's a solid thing. We're not moving anymore. Uh-oh. The tram has come to give the military some assistance. Wait, if I can park in front of the tram. I have another dumb idea. I have another really dumb idea. No, tram! Tram! Come back! Come back! I need some assistance! I need some assistance! Oh, god damn it. Oh, if I could have got in front of the tram, that would have been the greatest getaway of all time ever. Unfortunately, it has not worked. And we've lost steering, and we're, well, very, very buggered. Almost. I was so close to getting into the car park, but not quite. Well, we almost managed to survive the army, but couldn't quite do it, couldn't quite last long enough. This time I'm hoping... I have another idea. I'm hoping this car is going to be quick enough. I'm not sure whether we're going to have the speed. You see, the difficulty with trying to hide in the car park, of course, I've got to survive for so long. Got to get from here to the city, dodge everything painful, and then make it up into the car park. Now, my possible idea for this next chase is to use the Sandy Shores airfield. Now, this has worked with a few vehicles. It worked with the dragster last time out. If I can get far enough away from the helicopters, use the straight line speed of the car, far enough away from the helicopters, throw the vehicle off-road, the army can't follow. But again, this does rely on a number of things going well. I've got to throw this off-road and I've got to do it quickly. Now that throws up a lot of risks in terms of damaging the vehicle that wouldn't normally be a problem, certainly not with most cars. So, if we do get far enough away, we've got to hope that when I do chuck it off-road, it doesn't immediately break. We then still got to get to the airport with enough speed that the helicopters are having issues, and at the moment, I am not really achieving that. Helicopters are directly above me, the army cars are surrounding me. Now I'm hoping there are a couple of things that I can do if we aren't quite far enough away. Now we can circle about a couple of times. The runway is nice and wide, which is going to give me enough space to have no issues dodging the military vehicles. You see, he's over there. We're going to head down this bit. Now, helicopters, if they could despawn... Nah, the helicopters are still going to be close enough that they are within range, possibly. Now, you see, normally I would just throw it straight off the end of the runway there, but I can't do that because we'll break the car. So, instead what we're going to do is circle around. Now, what I'm trying to do here is get the helicopters confused, waste the helicopters' time, get them as far away from me as possible, so that when we do head for a dive off-road, we've got as big a chance as possible. And it does actually help that it's still the police... Oh, now we've got one of the army helicopters, I'm going to say. It does help that it's still got the police helicopters involved, because I think they're a little bit slower than the army attack helicopters. Well, they've jumped out of their jeep. That makes life a bit easier for me, although they nearly bloody killed me in all of that. Okay. Ah, we're never going to be far enough away. Oh, good God. Things have gone very scarily wrong there. We're alive. We are alive in all of that somehow. We're never going to be far enough away. And the problem is now that they're all circling around and they're sort of staggering their helicopters, which is going to make it even more difficult for me. Ooh, that was close. Right, plan. New plan. New plan. We're only going to get really one more shot at this, I think, before something's going to go wrong. We're going to head over here. Again, it's just kind of dragging the helicopters about as far as possible. Make it difficult for them. And this is also going to allow me to carry good speed onto the runway. If anything is going to work out here, this is probably going to be the one that does. Now, they are going to spawn in vehicles along the runway and along the side road. I am okay with that. We've just got to kind of deal with it and hope for the best. The issue we're going to have is I've got to carry good speed off here. And this is where I think we might break our car. We are out of the wanted radius, though. Excellent. This is very, very good news, but we've got to get it up this hill quickly, because this road here they will still spawn on. We've got to get up and over this hill or up into the hills as fast as possible with the bright orange machine. These flights are dangerous. These flights are incredibly dangerous in the car. However, it is necessary to carry the speed up the hill. Oh, I'm parked. Parked, hold the handbrake on. Now, there are army cars down there. If I do start seeing soldiers pouring out and running up the hill, we will either climb or jump over where we can, basically. Helicopters, I'm hoping, will not spawn in time. It is very much a case of fingers crossed and hope that the army get confused enough so that this rather fragile vehicle, I can't believe this cheeky tactic, might possibly be able to work. I'm panicking. That's not a sight you'll want to see. Go away. Go away. Yes! I have done it! I have done it with the most fragile of cars. We have got away from the GTA 5 army. Oh. That is terrifying. It really is. That's definitely a better tactic, though, than the heading into the city. I think it could work inside the city, but you run so many risks of getting broken, whereas out here you got a lot more space to play around with. You can still see the state of my car from that. Still a couple of big risks in throwing it up the hills, because yeah, you're going to be getting airtime. You're going to be getting the car into some trouble. However, it has survived and it has got away from the army, and then we can immediately break the steering up here. I was going to go for an epic roll off something. That'll do. We'll go for an epic roll into the water. Haha! Car's working, steering isn't. It got away. In fact, amazingly, the car is still alive in this, which I would not be expecting it to be. However, there we go. We're not going to be able to get it out because its steering's knackered. The car lives. We got away from the army. Shall we try something a little bit more challenging? I don't think it's going to survive the climb up Chiliad particularly well, but we're going to give it a go. Now, very few normal cars have managed to survive the climb up Chiliad. It is a rather extreme test. Now, this admittedly is a pretty decent vehicle to begin with. However, one hit on this climb, one hit from an army vehicle is probably going to beam me out. However, having successfully got away from the army, we have got to at least give it a try. If this could climb Chiliad, it would perhaps be the greatest surprise of any series, any video I have ever made, and that would include the Lamborghini LM002 in Horizon 3, because, yeah, this is a tough climb for the best of vehicles. And, well, with the vehicles... Well, this car... I say this car being incredibly weak, that's a little bit unfair to it. Every vehicle is, in this mod, has been given much more kind of realistic levels of damage. So, yeah, it's going to be difficult for the car. Now, I am going for a cheeky tactic to get me to Chiliad. Not the fastest, however, by sticking out over here for as long as possible, we do avoid any extra possibility of getting crashed into. We're not going to lose the army, I wouldn't expect, out here. Please don't let there be cross-traffic. That could have gone really badly wrong. Yeah, we have actually lost the army out here. Oh, crap. Rocks. Rocks are bad. Rocks are really bad. Let's try and avoid everything that's hurty here. I was going to say, I didn't think I would be able to make that one work. Oh, hello. It's kind of worth half a try, but I got a little bit too confused trying to swerve out of the way of stuff that's going to break me. Oh, this is not going to be a clever idea. Whoa, that was not a clever idea for him, though. That was not a clever idea for the army Jeep whatsoever. Prius, I would hit into you, but I am going to take as much damage as you are, so it's not really going to be worth it. If I could coerce an army car into crashing into you, that would be cool. I don't think it's going to work, but it would be pretty cool. Right, Mount Chiliad, here we come. I'm going to have enough speed. That was terrible English. Am I, is what I was going for. Or are we? And I said both at once. Well done, English. Yeah, how are we going to do this climb? If we have enough power, we can take interesting alternate routes to get around obstacles like that giant rock there. And it does look like we might just about have enough power to make this one work. Hold on. I was going to say, the army surely are going to appear on this road at some point. And then they're going to find me. Or maybe they'll explode their vehicles before they get to me, and I can just sit here in peace, and we'll lose the army halfway up Chiliad. I've never lost the army, actually, halfway up Chiliad. Would be quite entertaining to be able to do that here. Especially watching them all fall off the mountain. Someone's going to spy me. Someone's actually going to make the corner. There they go. Someone's going to make the corner. Completely not pay attention to me and drive off. Hold on a second. Have I come up? No, I haven't come up with an incredible tactic because there's an army guy running up the mountain towards me. Run away! Run away! Oh, someone is going to see me. I've got distracted. I was trying to see if I could do something awesome. It didn't. It's got so close to working, though. If that Jeep had rolled rather than just slid down the mountain, I think this tactic would have worked. Because they got out, and that's how they saw me. Hey, where are you going to go? I'm going to go over this way. You've got no real turning go. I don't know what's happened. Oh, he might have lost tyres, I think. Yeah, he might have crashed into something and lost tyres. Now, what on earth am I going to do when they start throwing Jeeps at me like that? If they can stay really out of control... Oh, that was a little bit close. That was a little bit close for comfort, I will be honest. Oh, that just scraped the roof. Uh-oh, they're throwing another one at me. They're throwing another one at me. I think this is where the metal slug got stuck. So if we can just make it, yeah, we have made it further than the metal slug. The indestructible little tank thing couldn't climb up Chiliad as well as this does. Oh, this is going to really, really be a bad minute, Eddie. This is terrifying. This is absolutely terrifying. I think if I had a car with a little bit more speed, this would be quite an interesting challenge. This is not quite powerful enough to make alternate routes work, I don't think, although I could be wrong. Quick, there is a gap. There is a gap to get through here. Go, 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 go. Try and find space where we're not going to get taken out. Oh, you've really got to think where you're putting your car. You have really got to think where you are putting your vehicle in this. Unfortunately, I suspect a helicopter is going to kill me before they do. Now, the reason I took up that route is so that I don't get trapped along the side bit where the barracks can push me off. I don't know where you're going. This is climbing really well. I've got to give some credit to the cog here. It is working very, very well climbing up this steeper part of the mountain. It doesn't have the power available to it that a lot of vehicles have done that have climbed the mountain in this manner. Oh, brakes. Oh, that's a really clever decision to go on the brakes. Oh, that's going to slide past me the other way. How on earth have we not been hit yet? Nope, you can't do it either. We're still going. We're still going. Quickly does it. Quickly does it. Because there are flying cars coming at me. Oh, bloody hell no. You're not going to be able to make that turn. So we're good through there. Why have you just launched yourself off into the scenery? I do not know. We're still going. We're not going to be going for much longer. Oh, I had to say something. That's death. I didn't see the barracks heading towards me until the very last second. I mean, we have got some steering. It's not completely kaput. Although we are going to really, really struggle now. I think we might get shot, actually, before we can get going again. Okay, use the barracks as a shield. Whoop, that's out of control. And that one's out of control. The army soldiers haven't flinched. You've bounced. We're still good. We've still got enough steering to keep making progress. Okay, you tried. A for effort, but about a D+ for accuracy there. Uh-oh. Oh, before he starts falling down. Oh, I've lost turning. I don't think we're going to get going again. Maybe if we hold the handbrake and just kind of... I can't get it. I think the friction has now become too much with that bent up wheel. No! Don't you get out of that vehicle. Don't you get out of that vehicle. No! No! I'm trying to get going again. We're done for. We lost steering at a critical moment. That climbed really well. I've got to give the car some credit there. That did so much better than I was expecting it to. Really did not think we would get that far. That close to the top of Mount Chiliad. I mean, we are still going. I might be able to climb it a little bit further up here. Unfortunately, the lack of speed now from the bent-up wheel hinders us in one way, and the lack of steering hinders us massively in another. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to climb any further. It was a really, really valiant effort from the cog. We're not going to do it, though, are we? We're out. We're out of power. We're out of steering. However, that got a lot further than a lot of sensible cars have. So, yeah, really impressive, really very, very impressive showing from this vehicle. However, yeah, it is going to be dead here. And that is going to be it for this video, guys. As ever, I will link all of the mods I've used in the description so you can download them, have a go with them yourself. I do recommend this damage one. It is really rather cool. It's a lot more intensive, the damage, but it's not quite the ridiculous levels, although if you do kick the car, that does seem to do quite a lot of damage to them. The actual vehicle-to-vehicle contact and damage and so on does seem that's a good balance between, you know, doing the sort of damage a 70-80 mile an hour impact would do without, you know, a 10 mile an hour bump completely disintegrating the car. So yeah, I do very much recommend it. However, that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching as we bounce our way down the side of the mountain. Until next time, goodbye.